Harmonia is the daughter of Aphrodite and Ares, born from two forces that rarely create peace together. Her name means harmony, balance, union, but her story becomes one of the clearest examples in Greek mythology of how beauty and blessing can conceal destruction already waiting beneath the surface. At her wedding to Cadmus, the gods themselves attended. She was given divine gifts, the most famous being a necklace crafted by Hephaestus, but the necklace was never truly a blessing. It carried a curse. In some versions, the curse begins with Hephaestus himself. Forged from rage over Aphrodite's betrayal with Ares, the object becomes more than jewelry. It becomes inherited ruin, passing through generations and bringing madness, murder, obsession, and destruction to everyone who possesses it. This is what makes Harmonia's myth unsettling. She embodies harmony, yet chaos follows everything connected to her. The curse spreads through bloodlines, consuming descendants and kingdoms alike. The necklace does not destroy instantly, it corrodes slowly, revealing how something beautiful can carry devastation inside it long before anyone recognizes the danger. Even Cadmus and Harmonia's ending reflects transformation through suffering. After exile and loss, they are changed into serpents, leaving behind human form entirely. In Greek symbolism, serpents often represent immortality, hidden knowledge, and cycles that continue beyond death. So Harmonia's story becomes more than a tale about a cursed object. An archetype of inherited consequence where conflict hidden beneath beauty eventually surfaces no matter how carefully it was concealed. She is not the absence of chaos. She is the fragile balance created in the middle of it, always carrying the risk of collapse within her own foundations. Break the chains within. Fear has controlled humanity for generations. Fear of loss, fear of rejection, fear of standing alone, fear of speaking truth in a world addicted to illusion.
And hatred? Hatred is one of the oldest chains ever placed upon the human spirit. It blinds wisdom, poisons perception, divides people, and feeds the very darkness many claim they want to escape. Then comes the endless need to always be right. The ego clings to it like armor, believing victory over another person somehow creates peace within. But inner peace is never found through domination, pride, or constant conflict. A mind trapped in the need to always win often loses its connection to understanding, compassion, and truth. The world profits greatly from division, fear, outrage, and emotional chaos. A divided people are easier to manipulate. A fearful mind is easier to control. This is why so many are constantly pushed toward anger, distraction and conflict rather than wisdom, unity and self-mastery. But there comes a moment in every soul's journey when a deeper awareness awakens. A moment when you realize you do not have to carry the chains any longer. You can choose truth over illusion, love over hatred, wisdom over reaction, courage over fear. That choice changes everything. In hermetic understanding, the outer world often reflects the condition of the inner world. When a person becomes ruled by fear and anger internally, chaos follows externally. But when balance, awareness, discipline, and higher understanding are cultivated within, life itself begins to transform. Real strength is not found in controlling others. It is found in mastering yourself. Words of wisdom. The moment you stop allowing fear, hatred, and ego to govern your thoughts, is the moment you begin reclaiming your spiritual freedom. Chains do not always appear on the body. Many exist only in the mind. The wisest souls learn how to break them before they become permanent prisons.
Sar demonized the number 13 and taught us it was unlucky to bring us out of flow. That fear around 13 wasn't an organic truth. It was a control mechanism. The natural cycles of the universe, the moon cycles, lunar calendars, even the 13-fold structure in many sacred geometries, all point to 13 as a number of completion, integration, and transformation. Littered human consciousness has been conditioned to reject it, to fear it, to avoid it. That fear interrupts flow. When you approach 13 without judgment, you see it's a portal, the end of one cycle and the doorway to the next. It's a pivot point, a threshold of evolution. The original pattern of 13. Ancient cultures lived by 13 moons in a year. Each moon 28 days, fixed 4 days, total add 1 day for the day out of time. And you have a perfect time, Average menstrual cycle equal 28 days, 13 cycles per year. The number was deeply tied to fertility, renewal, and cosmic timing. The sun was seen as masculine, the moon as feminine. 13 was the unifier, bridging opposites. So from the start, 13 wasn't unlucky. It was the pulse of life, sacred geometry. 13 as a portal, R of life. At its heart is the pattern of 13 circles, the complete template of peace. Mittertand's cube. The 13 spheres represent 13 dimensions of consciousness, or the 12 around the one, the central source. The double helix has 12 observable strands, the completeth as the hidden tinted strand. What some esoteric schools call the Christos or Christic strand. That 13th acts as the etheric conductor holding the blueprint for all others. 13 is always the one beyond the 12, the point of transcendence. Mythic and religious codes. Jesus and 12 disciples, the 13 at the table. The 13th was not Judas, but Christ himself in the middle. Christianity inverted this into a story of betrayal, attaching darkness to the number. Templars arrested on Friday the 13th. 37, the church deliberately tied the day and the number to bad luck to erase the Templar gnosis they carry. Pre-Columbian civilizations, the Mayan Solcan calendar runs on 13 numbers and 20-day signs. The whole Hamnade of time built on 13. 13 was consistently the number of hidden nooses,
Yeshua's original Lord's Prayer. Hail, Bertha, Father, Mother of the cosmos. You create all that moves in light. Here's your focus, your light within us. Make us useful. As the rays of a beacon show us the way, create your reign of unity now through our fiery hearts and willing hands. Hate your one desire, then acts with ours in all light, so in all forms. Grant what we need each day in bread and inside. It's subsistence for the call of growing life. Lose the cords of mistakes binding us as we release the strands we hold of others' guilt. Hey, don't let us enter into forgetfulness, but free us from unrightness. From you is born all ruling will, power and the life to do. Take the song that beautifies all, from age to age it renews. Age a truly power to these statements. May they be the source from which all my actions grow, sealed in trust and faith. It is done.